Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today I'm asking the question, what happens when your free email provider sells direct access to your mailbox? That's right. Now, this is coming from Security Affairs, although there is a ton of articles that I've actually read on this to confirm it, but they had a really concise writing on this. And so let's start because this is nuts. Known as essentially the Russian Google, Russian search engine and internet provider Yandex disclosed a data breach, and they basically revealed this, that one of their system administrators was caught selling access to 4,887 user email accounts. Now, the security incident was discovered during a routine screening by its internal security team, and that investigation is still going on. And to quote, an internal investigation revealed that an employee had been providing unauthorized access to users' mailboxes for personal gain. The employee is one of 3 system administrators with the necessary access rights to provide technical support for the service. As a result of his actions, 4,887 mailboxes were compromised. No payment details held by Yandex were compromised. Yandex's security team has already blocked unauthorized access to the compromised mailboxes. We have contacted the mailbox owners to alert them about the breach, and they have been informed of the need to change their account passwords. Now, at the time, as of right now, the company did not disclose the name of that employee, but it confirmed that he was one of 3 system administrators with access rights, and they're saying he is the only one. Basically, that was accessing the Yandex.mail service to access and sell these boxes. Now, the company reported the security incident to the authorities and is notifying those owners of the almost 4,900 mailboxes. And Yandex has announced that they basically have secured these, blocked the access, etc., and they are not aware of any other data breaches on their watch, including payment data. And I think that this really underscores a very serious problem we have with free providers, or even those that you may pay with, and that is security on the back end. And we don't have to go to Russia to find this. We can come here to the United States and talk about Google, because Google employees aren't necessarily selling this to God knows who, the Russian mob, a government, I have no idea. But they do have access to the back end. And this has been consistent throughout the course of Google's life. Obviously, as we know, they are data mining you, reading your words, scanning your pictures, doing everything to sell that information to advertisers. But what you may not know are 2 different things I'm about to tell you here, and please feel free to Google them, because about 10 years or so, a 27-year-old Google engineer that had back-end access to Gmail ended up stalking a 15-year-old girl on that system, and he would routinely go into her mailbox and look at her pictures or add things to her mailbox and do stuff. Eventually, the authorities caught on. He was arrested, tried, and convicted of this. But what this underscores is that Google employees can literally go in and simply read your email. And if that's not good enough, about a year or 2 ago, I actually did one of these daily podcasts and videos on Google. It was coming from the Wall Street Journal. You can, again, go read this. That Google was selling unredacted access to third parties to basically, quote unquote, develop their products. These were Google partners that were essentially adding on products to Gmail and other Google things. And so in order to train their employees, they would essentially give them access to a select amount of Gmail mailboxes to read it. Who you choose to store your data with is absolutely your business, but you have to understand the privacy implications of a free platform, because if it's free to you, odds are you're the product. Now, there are some platforms out there that will give you actual security and privacy for free because they have a paid service that gives you more options. Probably one of the best platforms that you can use for security, as far as we know, is Proton Mail. You can get a free Proton Mail box, and it's not going to cost you much. And you have some limits on there, but for like $3 a month or $5 a month or whatever it is, you can get a lot more features. But they have default encryption. They're based in Switzerland, and we know that, as far as we know, I should say, nobody on the back end can actually read or access your email or your information. They make their money through a paid service. And so by virtue of that, the little bit of free service they have is as secure. It's a good testing ground for them as well. So understand that that while Yandex and this administrator clearly needs to be prosecuted by whatever authorities in Russia will prosecute him for, the mere fact that you're using a mailbox that has that ability, that doesn't claim total encryption privacy on the back end and then gives you the recourse to sue them when they're lying to you, if they've been lying to you, is a huge problem. So think about what you're using. Think about what you're doing online, who has your data, and the choices that you make to store your information with the Googles and the Yandexes of the world that are going to read and scrape and scan your information to do whatever it is, whether it's selling it to a third party, training people, or simply letting their people in on the back end to read your stuff. And that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And all three of those will probably get a state of mind. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, everyone.